IACP 2023 is 4 informative days packed full of education and networking, plus access to leading tacticians, experts, as well as your fellow chiefs and future leaders. And IACP TV is here covering it all. Welcome back to the International Association of Chiefs of Police annual meeting here in sunny San Diego. I'm Stephen Horn, and today we'll be turning our focus to engagement and advocacy.
We want people who are members, no matter who you are. We want you to feel included, and the only way sometimes people feel included is when you look around, do I see someone that looks like me?
Members of the IACP's DEI task force lay out their top priorities in the coming year.
It's a great way to network with your peers and other leaders in the field. It's a great opportunity to develop yourself personally, as you'll get an opportunity to participate.
And from communities to sections to divisions, we're breaking down all the ways you can get involved with the IACP to take your career to the next level. Plus, we highlight all the happenings inside the hub as exhibitors take to the floor. There's so much to get to, and we want to make sure you can catch it all. You can always find the latest IACP TV episode on the TVs throughout the convention center, on the in-house channels at several of our partner hotels, on the IACP meeting homepage, on the IACP meeting app, and on our YouTube and X pages, formerly known as Twitter. In 2018, the IACP Diversity Task Force was established to ensure that diversity and inclusion are hallmarks of the IACP. We spoke with 2 task force members about their current efforts and plans for the year ahead. Well, first of all, thank you both so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it, so thank you. So a really important topic today. We're talking about the DEI task force. Tell us a little bit about the task force, what its aims are, what it's set to achieve.
Well, the task force was created by the executive board during a strategic planning session last year, led by President John Letney, who was taking over at the time. And the board felt it was important to continue work that had been done by a previous task force in 2018 to move some of the recommendations that had come forward further past the line, more looking at diversity, this time around looking at diversity and leadership.
One of the things that has been said to us is that it's really important that the leadership of law enforcement reflects the communities they serve. As
leaders in law enforcement for years, we've been saying that about our local departments, our departments individually, but what we have lagged, I think there's lagged behind, is that when you look at an organization with IACP that represents all the departments, and you look at the leadership of IACP, it is not kept up.
So what's the task force hoping to do this year?
I think one of our focuses should be for inclusion. I think that's huge. The diversity, equity, the inclusion piece is just like, that's the foundation, because we want people who are members, no matter who you are, small, large agency, we want you to feel included. And the only way sometimes people feel included is when you look around, do I see someone that looks like me? And that's just human nature. But we want you to also be diverse, to say, I'm not just going to stay around people that look like me. I want to learn about other people. And so when we're talking about serving our communities as law enforcement leaders, we want to make sure that we can walk into different areas, different communities, and feel just as comfortable. Same thing within our agencies, because that's our own little community, our police agencies. And I think IACP sets that tone.
So what are some of the activities that you'll be engaged with, and how do people get involved?
Well, we're hoping, especially in this conference, the task force is really going to be reaching out to members who are here, and we want to hear from them. We want to hear, especially, we want to have those difficult conversations. We want to hear what they feel is missing. What are we missing as part of our process? Why don't we have a diverse set of groups of people getting involved with leadership.
Yeah, and I agree. I think the education piece, because you don't know what you don't know. And if you've not really been involved, you don't know, well, what is a section? What does that mean? What is a committee? How do I get involved? So it's really that education piece will be huge for us during this conference. And I also believe that we have to make sure that we expose people. Exposure and experience are key to a successful agency, I think, and as well as an organization. And so if we pull them in, say, come on, let me expose you to this, go to this training, come to this meeting. We don't want people to feel like they can't have their opinion, because your opinion may be different from mine. I just want to be able to, let's have a conversation. I want to hear your side, I want you to hear my side, and we may still agree to disagree on why we need diversity, equity, and inclusion, but at least we're having the conversation. So again, I think that education piece is important for us to continue this conversation, and sometimes the elephant in the room has to be eaten one bite at a time. We're not going to make huge changes overnight, but I hope that each president coming in will be committed to continue this, because we have a diverse organization.
Well, thank you both so much indeed for joining us. It's been great to chat to you, and we'll keep the conversation going this week, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And that task force is just one of the many ways members can get more involved. IACP's Senior Project Coordinator for Policy and Government, Maddie Ridgway, explains the numerous opportunities for you to up your involvement.
There are a few opportunities for IACP members to get involved, and the best way is through our committees, divisions, and sections. Our sections are open to all IACP members. We have 20 of them, and it's just an additional fee to your existing membership. So you can join anything from the Capitol Police section to the Officer Safety and Wellness section, University College Police section, and it's simply dependent on the types of topic or role you have within your department. And then our committees are a little different. They're limited to 30 people, and they're appointed by the IACP president. Those are topic-based. So we have things like the Roadway Safety Committee, the Aviation Committee, Community Policing Committee, and then our divisions are also a little different. So we have the Division of State and Provincial Police, which focuses on state police agencies with criminal investigation and highway patrol responsibilities. So agencies like Virginia State Police, Massachusetts State Police, Iowa State Patrol. And then our SACOPs are State Associations of Chiefs of Police Division. It's a association-based membership where your state associations, executive directors, presidents, and representatives can connect. And then our mid-size agencies division is any IACP member that is a sworn member of a law enforcement agency with 50 to 999 sworn officers, and that is also open to all IACP members on an individual level. And then we have our global policing division, which is open to all IACP members as well, and it kind of highlights the work of our international members. Some of the benefits are for both you and your agencies. It's a great way to network with your peers and other leaders in the field to discuss common challenges and best practices. It's a great opportunity to develop yourself personally, as you'll get an opportunity to participate in IACP's different working groups on our model policies. You get to create IACP resolutions and work on some of our other projects that go towards the broader mission of strengthening the law enforcement field. So if you're interested in getting more engaged with the IACP, you're always welcome to reach out to the member engagement team. You can email us at participate@theiacp.org, or you can visit the IACP website.
From the innovation of the Pueblo Police Department to the diverse specialty teams, the benefits of working for the department are numerous. Let's take a look.
Pueblo Police Department's a great organization. I'm proud to have worked here for 27 years. Throughout that time, we've seen a lot of different changes. We've got a new police building, which was much needed. We've also seen a change in technology, officers. We've added authorized strength. It's a really good organization. I think it's run really well by the sergeants, the captains, and everybody else.
I just think Pueblo PD is a great place to work. Again, having that culture, the history, we truly are a family here, and we really strive to include families our outside families and bring them into the department and welcome them as well.
I think when you look into the future with technology and the different things that we're going to be able to bring to help our officers do their job, our civilian staff do their job, I think there's a lot of good things in store for the Pueblo Police Department. And we're looking for a bunch of people to come join us and look into that bright future and join us and make it better.
The Illinois State Police Department serves as a blueprint for modern policing. By being adaptable, responsive, and collaborative, the department ensures the security of its citizens.
The Illinois State Police is a unique agency. We're about 100 years old, and as we're moving into our second century, we're moving away from a history of traffic enforcement more to a greater focus on trafficking enforcement. And you can see the evolution from 8 guys on motorcycles starting back over 100 years ago to now where we are today, where there's a greater and greater focus on going after the most dangerous individuals that are committing drug trafficking, gun trafficking, and human trafficking. Our primary mission is to seek justice and to protect public safety. And our focus when we do that is on the greatest threats to public safety.
People want to live in safe communities. Trust is ultimate key to crimes being solved in our community, and now that trust is being restored.
I think what's amazing to see is how the men and women of the Illinois State Police are using their core historic values to move this agency into the future.
Research helps to identify effective policies and practices in policing. Megan Stoltz sits down in the studio with us now to explain how the IACP Center for Police Research seeks to find solutions for everyday challenges in policing. Well, first of all, thank you ever so much, both of you, for joining us today. We really appreciate it, so thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So let's kick off. What are the goals of the IACP Center for Police Research?
Well, the IACP has long been a supporter of evidence-based research, but we were mostly involved in disseminating research that others did. And so now we're really excited to get involved in our own original research and manage research projects directly. More specifically, the goals of the IACP Center for Police Research are to facilitate collaborative relationships between researchers and practitioners, as well as evaluate the efficacy of ongoing IACP projects, and to lead by example as to the importance of evidence-based policing.
Well, let's pick up on that point, the importance of evidence-based policing. Jerry, why is evidence-based policing important?
Well, I think it's important because the policing world is always changing. We're here at the conference, and police officers and police chiefs are now dealing with different types of problems than their predecessors did 10, 20 years ago. So we have a lot of good research about what works, what doesn't around things like patrol strategies. But we have no idea about some areas like how to deal better with officer safety or officer wellness. There's a recruitment and a retention crisis going on, and there really isn't enough knowledge kicking around. So evidence-based policing is important, I think, in 2 ways. Firstly, for people in policing to better access the existing knowledge that we have about what works and what doesn't. But secondly, to also learn what works for the problems that they're dealing with now, to actually develop research to understand how best to use taxpayer money and how best to keep officers safe.
But let's carry on with that a little bit. So what topics do you think evidence-based policing can really cover?
Oh, I don't think there is a limit to it. I think the more we're data-driven, the more we're knowledge-driven, and the more we use research and evidence to better understand and tackle policing problems, we're going to be more effective. And I think certainly in the world that we're in, post-pandemic, post the murder of George Floyd, there is a lot more scrutiny on policing. And I think police chiefs and police leaders have to be much more answerable to the community. Instead of saying, well, we think this works, we're just going to do this, there's more need to demonstrate and actually show evidence that the strategies and the tactics and the way they're spending public money is being used effectively.
Megan, what are some of the projects that the IACP is involved with?
Well, for now, we're exploring some existing data sets from the Bureau of Justice Statistics. We're also putting together some plans to evaluate IACP's leadership training. And we're exploring ways to measure public trust as well. But really, we're looking to get our members engaged right now, to hear from them as to what topics are most important to the field so that we can start addressing what's important to police practitioners.
So let's pick up on that for my last question, really, which is, agencies watching, departments watching, they might be saying, well, that sounds really interesting, but how do they get involved?
Reach out to us. You can visit the IACP Center for Police Research at the IACP.org/research or email research@theiacp.org.
Great. Well, thank you both very much indeed for joining us today. Really appreciate it and good luck.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Turning now to a compelling story of transformation. On the heels of suicides, the pandemic, civil unrest and recruitment woes, Chief Chad Kazmar totally transforms the Tucson Police Department.
2021 was, in particular, a difficult year for us.
We had 2 employees take their lives within 2 months. So we definitely had to make a change.
I think what the leadership team recognized, as did I, was that we needed a partner. And the program that we identified through Boulder Crest was Struggle Well, which was recognizing a foundation of post-traumatic growth.
So at the heart of Struggle Well training is teaching people and providing a roadmap to transform struggles in their life into strength and growth.
It was another mind-blowing experience to be there. I was convinced that we definitely had something special, and this was something that was going to be around for a long time, and it was going to change the culture at TPD.
Our retention numbers have really increased quite a bit. We're also now doing classes for our retirees.
It's almost like a rebirth, if you will, and that might sound a little corny for someone who's never been in the program, but it is that impactful. It's recognizing when you allow someone through this process to be human, to have emotion, and that's okay, and I certainly demonstrate that when I open up in the beginning of the class, that then they can not only have that deeper sense of connection and trust in the police department, but it's certainly they can have that out in the community as well.
The Placer County Sheriff's Office serves a unique population from the unincorporated areas of Sacramento County to Lake Tahoe in Nevada. The Sheriff's Office even provides contract law enforcement services to other cities. Let's go take a look.
Well, the Placer County Sheriff's Office has a long, rich history serving this community. Currently, our Sheriff's Office has about 700 employees, and we serve a population of just over 420,000 people.
We are a diverse group of men and women who are committed to keeping Placer County a safe place to live, work, and play.
We do many interactions with our schools, whether it's a small demo on, public safety, what do you do when how to call 911.
So, the partnership that CAL FIRE and Placer County Fire has with Placer County Sheriff's Office is really unique. I think it's really the first very cutting edge type of partnership anywhere in the state of California.
All of those things will help us grow and continue to provide top level quality of service to the citizens of this community.
IACP 2023 has officially been called to order. Let's see how today's opening ceremony kicked things off.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars.
Like all of you, I'm looking forward to a terrific conference. This year, IACP is celebrating 130 years of advancing leadership and professionalism in policing worldwide.
The notion that we would defund or reduce support for law enforcement is an absolute non-starter.
As we celebrate IACP's 130th year, let us take a moment to look back and honor our history, past efforts, and what the future may hold for our association.
One of the highlights this week is getting to explore the latest innovations available to law enforcement. The hub is officially open and we got to take a sneak peek. From tackling agricultural theft To addressing homelessness, the Hawaii Police Department believes community partnerships are the driving force behind seeing positive change. Let's see how they're creating community policing in paradise.
Hawaii County is a very unique place. We're really huge. We're the big island. The 4,028 square miles of land. We deal with big city problems, we deal with small town problems. So we're a very eclectic and cool place to live and work. Aloha, my name is Ben Moskowitz. I'm the Chief of Police for Hawaii County. Community policing is absolutely essential in modern policing and the policing of today. The belief that you can get out there and form partnerships with people, and through these partnerships, you're going to multiply the ability of your police department to get out there and solve problems before they happen. Community policing absolutely reduces crime. To build collaborative partnerships, to organize security watches, to just reach out and make connections with business members, business owners, and community members absolutely frees up the lines of communication and allows us to get more information. And that absolutely goes a long way towards solving and reducing crime. Police officers are community members. They live next door to you. They coach your kids at school. We go to church together. We want to be community members. We want to be community partners and be recognized in our unique ability to help you to solve the problems using the power of government to help solve some of these situations.
In Elk Grove, California, being a police officer isn't just a job, it's a way of life. Take a look now at how this department is dedicated to making every contact count and forging a stronger, safer community.
We are our city, and our city is who we are. When we need things or when things happen to us, our community comes out in support and makes sure that we are doing good. Always being willing to look at the next step, the next evolution of who we are as an organization and a profession. We always want to improve and be better.
What makes me get up and come to work every day is knowing that I'm going to come and enjoy what I'm doing. And I could say that without a doubt in my mind, that I'm going to enjoy the people that I'm working with. I'm going to enjoy the community that I'm working in, and that I know that I'm going to be supported by my peers and with the community in what I do.
And we've created a culture internally where we all love one another. And the stronger that we are internally, the stronger we are externally. We're able to go into our communities and show that we have passion and compassion. It's important for our community to know that we're going to do the right things for them, and we're going to do the right things for each other.
That's a wrap on day 2 of IACP TV here in sunny San Diego. We hope you've enjoyed hearing from your fellow chiefs and your tour around the country of the departments going above and beyond. Remember, if you missed any part of today's episode for whatever reason, you know what to do. You can always find the latest IACP TV episode on the TVs throughout the convention center, on the in-house channels at several of our partner hotels, on the IACP meeting homepage, on the IACP meeting app, and on our YouTube and X pages, formerly known as Twitter. So until tomorrow, it's stay classy, San Diego.